It's Jazz again. We're doing a cleanse, blow dry, flat iron curl on Gina. This is her end result, and this is her starting texture. So as you can see, very curly, medium texture, high density. So these are the products that we're using, and I'm layering them throughout her hair. And I've already cleansed her. So this is the blow dry. So what I did first was I washed her with our with our Tea Tree Special shampoo twice, and then I went through and used the marula and cocktailed the marula with the Mirror Smooth Awapui shampoo and conditioners. And here I'm doing our blowout, and my sections are based on the size of my brush, so I'm using the large round brush. And as you can see, I'm pulling tension down on her hair first on the top, and then working the brush through the ends of her hair. And you can see I can get her pretty smooth because I'm using the proper choices of prep for shampoo and conditioner, proper tool choice. She's been detangled thoroughly, and you can see here how smooth she's getting. So I don't want you guys to think that you have to use a Denman brush or you have to use a round brush or whatever. You just want to get the right amount of tension. And the key points here I want you guys to take away from this is that it is so important to get those roots straight and blow dry them in as straight a time as possible, so that you get that beautiful flat iron at the base. Everything else can be smoothed out with the blow dry, but you really need those roots to be dried in the straightest position. So right there I showed you the water bottle. So all I did was reactivate the products that were sitting there. So curly hair is very thirsty, needs a lot of moisture. So as it's sitting in those sections, you're going to have to respray with water, even if you've already put your product in the hair. And this is key because, again, you need the roots, especially, and those ends to dry in as straight a position as possible. So you will have to spray down some more times. I just sprayed this section down again. I'm not reapplying any product at this time because I put all my product in as I was detangling. And this is a learning curve for me and Gina here as well because we use the time lapse for the entire video. I don't really like how it looks because I don't really like how it looks because it's so choppy for you guys, and I was trying to demonstrate as much as I could how I like to smooth it out for this. But you get the idea how I'm applying the tension, and up in the front, I'm targeting those edges on their own before I start this section. So I apologize. I thought this was going to be a lot more clear for you. So I'm going to do another video to show that on a separate time so you can really get a close-up of that. And then when we come back, when we're in person again, I can demonstrate that again on someone as well. But here again, I'm just blow drying against her scalp. I take the section down and then I'm brushing away from her face and controlling the airflow. See there again, I know it's kind of slow. This is as slow as I could get it from the time lapse, guys. I'm really sorry it's not as clear as I wanted it to be for you. But you're just taking that section and then brushing it back against the client's head and brushing away from the face. So you're just getting those edges nice and smooth first, and then taking your sections again for your blowout. So here I've done the complete blow dry. This is her before I gave her a trim. She hasn't had a haircut in a while, so you can see those ends, and then I just gave her a really quick inch off all the way around, and then here I trimmed up some layers, and you can see how smooth her hair looks now without even putting the flat iron in it yet. So now I'm turning on the flat iron because you don't need to turn our wonderful tools on until right before you're going to use them. So I turned it on. It's going to take about 60 seconds to heat up, and while that's heating up, I'm sectioning off my sections for our flat iron curls. So I wanted to do this video because I see a lot of times that people think that they need a flat iron first and then curl. We are going right into this at the same exact time. So because I got her so smooth, I was able to go ahead and turn her hair into curls. And there I was showing the different ways to get that tighter curl versus a wave on textured hair. Again, I was under the impression I could slow this down much slower and it would look a lot less choppy, so I apologize there. Again, I can demo this for you in person, and I will do it again on another guest or on the doll head to just give you like a little tiny video to show you better in depth once spring break is over. So I apologize for that. But my sections are based on her texture and how much hair she has. I'm taking them down about 1.5 inches each. And the reason I'm able to do that is, again, I got her roots so smooth in the blow dry. I don't need to take these fine 1/4 inch, 1/8 of an inch, 1/16 of an inch sections to do this. And I'm not flat ironing first. I'm literally putting in the flat iron, getting the volume and lift that I need, and turning it at the same time to get these nice tight curls. And what this is doing is making sure that this is gonna last for her. Most of the time, our flat iron guests, they wear their hair flat ironed, straight, or curled for at least 3 days, if not up to 2 weeks. So it's very important to get the right amount of tension in your stretch in your blow dry, and then smoothness and finish in your flat iron. So here I'm just demonstrating the curls here. Again, I'm not flat ironing first. I'm putting that flat iron in at the base and running it sideways. So when you turn the hair around the smoothing iron as if you're using it as a curling iron, that's what's going to give you that smooth, beautiful curl. I'm elevating the hair just past about 90 degrees, almost between, I would say maybe like 100 degrees up from each section, so that I'm getting some lift at the base. Here in the front is where I'm doing the edges, so I'm taking diagonal sections very thin, about 1/8 of an inch right in the edges, to just really nice and tightly smooth those out first, and then I'm taking diagonal back sections in the top to give less lines in the hair as we're going to comb this out and style her hair. Again, this time lapse is not my favorite to demonstrate this. I thought it would be faster for you guys and a little bit easier to slow this down. So I apologize for the choppiness. Again, I will do another follow-up video to show you the difference. But again, you're just wrapping it around the hair, making those nice tight curls. I am not putting a pass through. This is just one pass through each section as I'm curling the hair. So it's not a flat iron pass and then go back and curl it. It's all happening simultaneously. And this is cutting down on time for our guests and also locking in those curls for her. You can see those curls from here. Look how beautiful they look. This is what you want it to look like as you're smoothing it out. All those products that I used in the beginning in the video to show you how to do this. Again, those are my front little pieces. I'm making those much smaller to get that shape that I want around the face. This is going to help you to not have so many lines in the hair when you're working with your guests, putting in curls, and then also just learning how to utilize your tools and your time better. Time is money behind the chair, you guys. So you don't want to have your guests there for 3 hours for something that can take you an hour and a half. So this is just little tricks of the trade that I've learned working on textured hair, working with my own hair, working with any type of hair really, and working and using that smooth iron. So here is our end result of just putting the flat iron curls in. Again, I did not flat iron and then curl. This is all simultaneously. You can see that I was able to choose how much curl I wanted to put in and where I wanted it to be more smooth, so she wasn't super flat, but she's also not super voluminous. This is me spraying with the finishing spray, Awapui Wild Ginger finishing spray, and then I'm using the wide teeth of the maroon thermal combs to brush this out just a little bit. So I want you to see how smooth it looks. It can be very deceiving because it's textured hair and we've got so many products in her hair layered to give her that nice bounce and shine and hold. It's gonna look like, oh my God, I just combed these out. It's too straight. What am I gonna do? I wanted to slow this down for you, so I did this in slow motion so you guys can see that I am definitely combing through. And it does start to look a little bit straight, right? It's looking like, oh my God, she just put all these curls in. What am I gonna do? Now, you know, it's not what my guest wanted. That's not the case at all. Because of all the products we use, the time we took to do this, and how long each curl had to sit and cool in its position that I put it in, me combing this through is not going to change that. So here in just a moment, you'll see me fluffing through her hair to get her back styled. And literally, I promise you guys, I did not pick up the flat iron again. I did not pick up another curling iron. This is just what happens when you go to comb through the textured hair. But because of the products we used, the way that I curled the hair, and the memory of all the products, because I shampooed, I conditioned, I got her hair ready for this. All I had to do was play with it a little bit, and I got all of these curls to bounce right back. And here's our wonderful end result. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, I will make a new one just to show those steps a little slower for you. I hope you enjoyed it.